ഇന്നത്തെ വീഡിയോയിലേക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും സ്വാഗതം. ഇന്ന് ഞാൻ പരിചയപ്പെടുത്താൻ പോകുന്നത് ഹാർവിൻ ഹാൻസ്, അക്കൗണ്ടൻ്റ് ആണ് ഇവിടെ. ഹാർവിൻ പഞ്ചാബിൽ നിന്നാണ്. അപ്പോൾ ഇംഗ്ലീഷിലായിരിക്കും പറയണ്ടാവുക. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ഇനി ഹാർവിനോട് ചോദിക്കാം, എങ്ങനെ ഇവിടെ ഒരു അക്കൗണ്ടൻ്റായി വന്നാൽ എന്തൊക്കെ ബെനിഫിറ്റ്സ് ഉണ്ട്, എങ്ങനെ ഇവിടെ വരാം എന്നുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെയാണ് ഈ വീഡിയോയിൽ നമ്മൾ കവർ ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്നത്. സോ ഹാർവിൻ, we would like to ask you about how an accountant can come to New Zealand and what all things an accountant has to do to come here.
Okay, first of all, I just want to mention one thing. Accountants, as you see, it's certified by different countries. Example, chartered accountant in India is following the Indian standard of accounting. For New Zealand and Australia, we have our specific standards of accounting as well. So unfortunately, anyone around the world who are chartered accountant in their respective countries will not be able to get automatic membership into chartered accountancy in New Zealand as well as CPA Australia. Okay. So these are the two qualifications that you need if you want to apply for job and to work as an accountant in New Zealand. Okay, so if you plan to study here, my suggestion is for you to go and study for bachelor's in accounting, postgraduate diploma in accountancy, as well as masters in accountancy. And please make sure, it's very important that you make sure that the course that you are doing is recognized by Chartered Accountancy of New Zealand or CPA Australia. So this is very important. Otherwise, what will happen is then the accountancy studies that you do in your university or your college is not recognized, and then it will not be adding points to your membership. Okay. If you apply for membership in the future.
Okay. Yeah. How a BCom student, commerce student can come to New Zealand?
So my degree is in bachelor's in accounting and finance.
Accounting and finance.
Yeah. So it's specific to accounting and finance, not the entire commerce.
Commerce. Okay.
And so that is how I got my qualification for me to apply for my masters when I decided to come to New Zealand.
Okay.
So I came to New Zealand to do my masters in finance, my masters in applied finance at AUT University.
So could you explain how was the experience of studying an accountancy course in New Zealand?
Okay, so my experience is that over here in New Zealand, like how studies back home, it's all theory.
Yeah.
Whatever you study in the book, then you memorize, and then you just do an exam, and that's it. So whatever that you read from the book, you memorize, and then you just put it in the paper, and that's it. But my experience like studying in New Zealand is that there is a lot more practical things that you need to learn. Like in terms of theory and practical, I would say probably 50% is theory, 50% is practical.
Okay.
The practical side is you have to do coursework in a group.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you have to do presentation to your fellow members. And I think in terms of toughness, I think it is challenging, but it's a really good learning experience. Yeah. For me, the most challenging part was when I was given my thesis, my final year project, thesis, and I was supposed to represent it to my lecturer.
Okay.
And there was a very tough half an hour session. There was a lot of questions, and because the lecturer just wants to understand whether do you know your topic really well, and this is also very important, also to see how you communicate, how do you answer back questions, because in New Zealand that is what they look at. They look at your interpersonal skills.
Yeah.
How do you communicate with other people?
How you just convey your
Yes.
idea to other people.
Yes.
Yeah. That's very important. ന്യൂസിലൻഡിൽ ഒരു കാര്യം വളരെ ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആണ്. ഏത് എംപ്ലോയറുടെ അടുത്ത് പോയാലും, ലെക്ചറർ ആണെങ്കിൽ തന്നെ, ഒരു എംപ്ലോയർ ആണെങ്കിൽ തന്നെ, നിങ്ങൾ എങ്ങനെ നിങ്ങളെ പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നു, ഹൗ കോൺഫിഡൻറ്റ് യു ആർ, അതാണ് ദാറ്റ്സ് എ മെയിൻ ingredient.
Yes.
You get a job.
Yes. So my advice is, if you want to study in New Zealand, or if you're thinking of migrating to New Zealand, I suggest that you start doing a bit of public speaking.
Okay.
Yeah. Start going in front of a class.
Uh.
Start talking.
Yeah.
Start to build a confidence, and it will help you along the way.
Okay. So Harvin, could you explain how was your work experience, how you got a job in New Zealand, and how you got into this position in New Zealand?
Funny story that you ask. So believe it or not, my first job in New Zealand, I did not apply.
Okay.
I did not apply for that job, and I'll tell you how.
That's surprising.
Yeah. So what happened was, one of your previous videos you mentioned of getting a part-time job through student job search, SJS.
SJS, yeah.
I still remember the
Video.
The video.
Yeah. That's the main way that students get job in student jobs in New Zealand, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So one thing the students in New Zealand they are blessed. We are all blessed with is an opportunity to get a part-time job. So SGS is a government-based website.
Okay.
So and it's equal to all. It doesn't matter if you're a resident or citizen or
Work
you
visa,
are work visa. Resident visa. Your student visa doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So this is what happened. I was studying my final year of my masters, and then like all students, everyone needs money, to survive.
That's
Okay.
right.
So the job that was advertised was a marketing job.
Okay.
Marketing job, that means there's a pamphlet that the company prepare, so you have to give up pamphlets to potential customers, and then you have to explain about the services that the company provide.
Okay.
So
basically, sorry to
No worries.
interrupt. ശരിക്കും പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ റോഡിൽ നിന്ന് ഫ്ലയേഴ്സ് കൊടുക്കുക, അതായത് നോട്ടീസ് കൊടുക്കുന്ന പരിപാടി നമ്മുടെ നാട്ടിൽ ഇങ്ങനെ പറയുകയാണെങ്കിൽ റോഡിൽ നിന്ന് നോട്ടീസ് കൊടുക്കുക, അതായിരുന്നു ഹാർവിൻ്റെ ആദ്യത്തെ ജോലി. I was just saying that you were literally handing out notices to people.
Yeah, that's one thing that I want to mention. When you're in New Zealand, you need to keep your mind open. Keep an open mind. Do any job. Okay, doesn't matter if you're an accountant, you cannot do a marketing job. No, over here you have to keep an open mind because you don't know when opportunity will open. Now I'll share you my story. So when I applied for this job, so I was called up for an interview for this marketing job to give out.
Even that one
pamphlets.
had an interview.
Yes. Yes. So I was lucky enough. I was interviewed by the director of the company. So in a normal interview process, the director was asking, what do you do, what's your background, what's your studies like. So I mentioned that I've got experience in accounts and finance, and I'm doing my masters in applied finance.
Okay.
And then he asked me, so you have got this background in finance, are you okay to go out and to give out notices? I said I'm open to anything.
Yeah, as long as I get some money.
Yes. Yes. So I accepted the job, and so I started doing the flyers, giving out flyers. I think it was a job for 2 or 3 months.
Okay.
And then my contract was done, finished. Then I went back home because it was my brother's wedding.
Okay.
Yeah, it was then the director emailed me.
Okay.
Say, hi Harvin, we have an opportunity that opened up in our company. It's a fresh graduate position in accounts. Are you keen to apply? I emailed straight away. I said yes. I'm keen to apply. And because the director knows me and he has seen my work, so he is more than happy to just offer me the. So when I was offered a job, I've done my studies, so I was on my job open job search visa. That was when I was given the opportunity, and then I accepted the role, and everything else is history. Then I progressed in my role, and now I'm where I am today.
Okay.
And all of this, again, I would mention, all of this would not have happened if I had the ego in me that said, I'm an accountant, I cannot do notice, I cannot do a fly job.
Oh no.
If I said no 2 years ago, I will not be here now. That's what I want to say.
The right steps,
Yes.
the right mindset, you're all set up good for New Zealand.
Yes.
സോ കൂട്ടുകാരെ, ഒരു അക്കൗണ്ടൻ്റ് ആയിട്ട് വരികയാണെങ്കിൽ എങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ ഇവിടെ ജോലി കിട്ടാം, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഏതൊക്കെ സ്റ്റഡീസ് എടുക്കണം എന്നുള്ളതിനെ കുറിച്ച് ചെറിയൊരു ഐഡിയ എല്ലാവർക്കും കിട്ടിയെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. So I think you guys got a small idea about how an accountant can come to New Zealand and get a job. It will be different for different people. Here we shared Harvin's experience. അപ്പോൾ എല്ലാവർക്കും ഈ വീഡിയോ ഉപകാരപ്പെട്ടു എന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടെങ്കിൽ ലൈക്ക് ചെയ്യുക, സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യാൻ മറക്കരുത്, കമൻറ്റ്സ് ചെയ്യുക, സജഷൻസ് ഒക്കെ കമൻറ്റ്സ് ചെയ്യുക. ഞാൻ അറിയാവുന്ന പോലെ അതിനെ റിപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യാൻ ശ്രമിക്കാം. ഇമെയിലും കോൺടാക്ട് ഡീറ്റെയിൽസും ഡിസ്ക്രിപ്ഷൻ ബോക്സിലുണ്ട്. ജോലി കിട്ടാനുള്ള സൈറ്റുകളുടെ ജോലി വെബ്സൈറ്റുകളുടെ ഇത് ഈ ഡിസ്ക്രിപ്ഷൻ ബോക്സിൽ കൊടുക്കാം. എല്ലാവരുടെയും വിവരങ്ങൾ അവിടെ ഉണ്ടാവും. അപ്പോൾ ഇനി വേറൊരു വീഡിയോയിൽ വീണ്ടും കാണുന്നവരെ എല്ലാവർക്കും ഗുഡ് ബൈ.